Hi, and welcome back to Great Air Guns. We all want our air guns to sound like a ninja fighting a sleeping bag, but are moderators actually silent? Or is it all just marketing fluff packed inside a fancy tube? We'll strip them down, meter every shot, and even expose the model I use daily. So today, we're putting a couple of moderators to the test. What does an air gun really sound like? When you pull that trigger and the air explodes, pushing the pellet or slug down the barrel and out the muzzle. Is that expensive moderator actually worth the cash? Want to know the difference between no moderator, a standard FX moderator, and my daily use moderator? With a proper moderator, you should be able to take one rabbit, but not send a massive eviction notice to every creature in the paddock. So without further ado, let's get into it. At the moment, this is the FX Impact Mark III, and obviously I don't have the suppressor on there at the moment, and that's by design because I want to actually fire a shot through this with the sound audio meter going that will establish how loud it is without a suppressor or moderator on. Then what I'm going to do is put the FX Impact standard one on, shoot it around through it so that we can record the decibels that actually reduces it by, and this is at the point of release, essentially where you're shooting the actual rifle from. And then the last one is I've got a DPT 5 baffle moderator which I will put on after that, and then we can see how much reduction in noise that creates. I've got the sound meter forward of the rifle so that you can actually see or hear how loud it is from there rather than behind. I've got it loaded up, and what we'll do is we'll take the safety off and we'll put one over there. Now I've got a slug in the chamber and I'm going to shoot the slug. If you don't have a slug in there, it's going to be louder. The reason is as it's being fired, the round or the slug is being propelled by the gases that's being released, and then it's pushing that through, and then it will be released out the front. Now as that goes through the moderator, there's that slug that's in front of it, so it's going to force more air into the moderator itself as it progresses through it. If you don't have anything in front, then you're going to get more of the air going straight out the end of the barrel because there's nothing to stop it, and therefore it will be louder. So what we'll do is we'll point it in a safe direction, and this is FX Impact with the 27 grain slug with no moderator on the end. That was pretty loud. That was pretty loud. So we will see on there how loud that was, and then now what I'm going to do is I'm going to put on the FX standard, the one that comes with it, onto the end of that. Safety on. Okay, now we're going to put another round through there, and we've got a full charge bottle, so we're pushing maximum air through it. It's not being reduced. We've got maximum airflow through there, so it's a full charge that's going through it. So now let's put it through with the FX Impact and see if we can hear the difference. That was definitely quieter. So now, last of all, we're going to take that moderator off and we're going to put the new DPT 5 baffle moderator on. And here we go here. So this is just a sleeve that comes with it, but it has the 5 baffles. You can take these off individually and reduce it down if you wish and make it shorter. However, I've kept it with the full 5 baffle system in there, and what we're going to do, put that sleeve back on, and then we'll put that on the end there. And this is the one that I typically shoot with all the time pretty much. So let's see if that reduces it at all. So again, Now what I will do is set the sound recorder up to be able to establish what it sounds like and the difference downrange. So 60, maybe it's 70, maybe it's 110, whatever the decibels are here, but what it actually is downrange, as if what your target's going to hear, or not hear, hopefully, because you've hit it. That's the chance of being able to hit 2, 3, 4 rabbits, because you know you've got a quieter crack as it comes out, I would say. Yeah, that'd be better. That's about 69 meters away. Let's have a make sure. 69 meters. So I might just shoot it over the top. There's going to be a very quick succession, because we're so close, of me pulling the trigger and the noise of it firing and the noise of it actually making impact. So I might actually shoot over the top so that you won't get that impact noise into the equation. So that there was without the suppressor. Now we're putting on the standard FX one again. And now we'll do the same again. A marked difference. And now we'll do it with the DPT one that I use most of the time, well, pretty much all the time, to be honest. So let's get that one on. Okay, so I'll go back and get that so that we know. So time to wrap it up. So in summary, yes, the decibels were definitely reduced. However, you may have expected more of a reduction in the decibels. But what really stood out was how the moderator changes the character of the sound. That first shot without any moderation had a sharp downrange crack that instantly gives the shot away. With the FX moderator, however, the noise shifted to a higher pitch snap, which was still noticeable but far less aggressive. Then with my DPT moderator, it completely muffled the sound, turning the report into a deeper, softer thump that blends into the surroundings a lot better. Just one thing to note on that last shot with the DPT, I'm pretty sure the slug clipped a small branch, which would have made it louder than it should have been. And there we have it. Share your moderator setup in the comments below and help the rest of the Kingrate crew find the best way to stay silent and successful. If you enjoyed the video, hit that like button, subscribe, and tap the notification bell so you don't miss the next one. In the meantime, stay safe, shoot straight. Thanks for watching.